102.15. REV-UP St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Harddrive is brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Rambali's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, hearse services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keyrings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Rambali's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you checking us out online, also on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on X, and also, I believe, live on DBS Television. Welcome to Harddrive for today, Monday, the 23rd of March. My name is Andre Paul, and the host of the show, none other than the lovely Lady J. Lady J, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre. How are you? How was your weekend?
I'm all right, but my weekend wasn't so great, I must admit. But I hope you had a nice one.
Why wasn't it great? I had an okay weekend. Why wasn't it great, Andre? You had to play work on Friday.
Did you have a great weekend?
No, I didn't.
Right. So,
but
mine wasn't so great.
But mine is different from yours. Remember, I have my mom. Yeah, remember I have my mom.
Oh, really?
That I have to take care of. So it's not always. When you want to go and take a little lime or whatever, you have to think of her. Although yesterday I took her for a drive. I said, Mom, I'm going to take you for a drive.
Ah, did you?
I did. It takes a little while for her to get down.
Did you go on the West Coast?
No, not that far.
Not so far?
Yeah. I took her to Pigeon Point. We stayed there for a while, tried to see if she can remember certain things, when Dad used to take us driving there, that sort of thing. So we were there for a while, and then I took her back home. Yeah, she enjoyed it.
I used to take my grandmother driving around what she called around the coast, because when we were kids, that's exactly what she used to do. Yes, she used to be on my grandfather's case to take us what they call round the coast back in the day. So I always remember that, and from time to time I tell her, Mama, let's go.
Right. But Andre, not everyone
she used to love that.
That's good.
She used to love it.
Yeah. And she won't get sick, because my mom would. My mom has to be the driver. Otherwise she's, and my daughter took that same thing from her. When it comes to driving, sailing, or anything like that. She must take what they call it, Dramamine, or one of these seasick pills. Yeah. So it's not everybody. That's why I just take her for a short drive. The north, around, through all corners and everything. And then I say, okay, we're going back. Yeah, and she enjoys it.
Yeah, as I said, my grandmother used to love that, man, when I take her for those limes. And and the thing about her, and we had a good relationship.
Yeah.
So we were just vibing.
Yes.
Vibing.
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's so cool.
That's nice.
And I remember as kids, she'd take us down there, make sure my grandfather, because he was a tough cookie, but she knew how to get him to do things that he didn't want to do.
Of course, Andre. She would marry him if you cannot get him to do things. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
So, let me see before we move on. Lady J, remember I was saying to you a few days ago, last week, I said to you, I think right now that we are becoming almost immune to what's happening as far as the issue of crime is concerned, especially shootings and so on. Remember I was saying that to you. And this morning I said to myself, because remember we had on the weekend there, we had 2 people who were killed on the weekend and another one injured, right, in some shooting incidents. And I'm saying, let me see who's going to bring this up this morning. Now, I know Arthur Charles is one of the guys that's very, very concerned about shootings and so on. Not even Arthur brought it up, all right? It was a caller from the diaspora who actually brought it up.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to wait to see if you were going to bring it up.
Because I was not even aware.
Well, exactly.
So you see, maybe they are not.
Let me play you a video. Let me play a video / audio of an incident that took place there. There's this lady, that's in the CDC area there. And she's walking slowly, I guess minding her business.
Right.
And some guys decide to open fire. Listen to that. Listen to the sound of those weapons. You heard that? You hear those powerful,
so that's
powerful
not even
weapons?
rain falling there. That's
exactly.
That's not even heavy rain on a galvanized. That is guns.
Powerful weapons.
Right here in St. Lucia.
Yes, right here in St. Lucia. That's correct. Because this happened in the CDC area there. That's lower, the Conway area, lower Darling Road. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Baptist Street somewhere.
That's correct. That's correct.
Wow.
Yeah, that's one of the incidents. I'm not sure if that resulted in any death or anything, but we had an incident there where in Bexon, 2 people died and another injured.
That
again,
I know about. That I saw.
You heard about those?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
2 people.
I never heard about that one with on the Darling Road and these guns. Wow, Andre.
Yeah, I wonder how these guys feel.
To call here with these kind of weapons.
The ones who actually take those lives, I wonder how they feel when they get to their home, if they're rejoicing, giving them each other a high five and so on. Do they fellas sleep well? Do they sleep well?
Must be, Andre.
Right? Do they go and hug their little baby and kiss the little baby, make love to their girlfriends and so on, like nothing happened? I wonder how many girlfriends know what's going on with these fellas in their lives. I wonder.
What about the parents? That's
exactly family members and so on. This is crazy. This is crazy. Right? Unless
so this one you're saying that you just played there. You're saying people got injured.
I don't know.
This?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I couldn't tell. But the guys just opened fire, right, in public, and firing those weapons. So y'all don't even care. Y'all don't care if you have some innocent people. If you look at the video, I can send it for you if you want it. The lady is walking up, just minding her business, just walking, and the guy just opened fire. She had to run back quickly.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
So I'm telling you, we are getting.
And this is. Do you know what time of is this? Day, night, evening? Is it?
Well, evening time for sure. Evening time for sure.
Wow.
Yes, evening time for sure. And quite a few vehicles are actually parked in the area. Now I wonder how many of those vehicles actually got hit as a result of that, because they kind of fired in that particular direction.
Randomly, you think?
Well, whoever it is that they were looking for, that the person probably was maybe running towards those vehicles. Maybe, I don't know. What a life, eh? What a life.
I hope it doesn't get bad.
What a life.
This is already bad, Andre. We're in simply beautiful St. Lucia. They need to put a stop to that.
Yeah, we have a beautiful country.
We do.
We have a beautiful country.
So
it's just this problem.
Spoil it.
Just this problem.
Let's not spoil it.
Okay, and folks, remember last week we were talking about those countries.
This is of concern, Andre.
Are the happiest countries in the world and so on. Part of the being happy is not having those issues.
That's right.
So people can feel free to walk around. You want to go and do some window shopping. You want to pass in by the square area there. You want to go at the back of Republic Bank, for example.
Well, you want to go to the supermarket.
Walking.
If you say that's right. Baptist Street, you want to go into the market. These areas there are very popular areas, Andre.
Yeah.
That's where the bus stand is. You know, you go to the market, wet, cold. It's in that area. The big supermarket is in that area. Government buildings just around the corner. I mean, this is
You want to go
crazy.
to the boulevard,
Yeah.
right, to withdraw some money from your account. You have to think a million times, right? Do I go there because it's 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock? I remember one evening, I think I left my home a little late, and I just realized I didn't have any change on me. So I said, let me go to the boulevard and see if I can go to the ATM and get a little cash.
Right.
When I got there, the place was so quiet. The place was so quiet.
Not stopping up.
But luckily I saw some Brinks security guys there. They were around, I think they were getting pizza or something. And actually went to them. I said, listen, I identified myself.
Right.
And I said, listen, I just want to go and get a little cash. Can you just please look out for me, please?
What did they say?
Yeah, they actually came. They followed me, and which I
But even
felt
that
safe.
is scary, Andre, because people think they're going for money. So even that, I would be afraid to ask them. Because people think they're going to put money or take money or whatever you want to say, and they could come after them, and I would be in the crossfire. So.
Well,
no, if you can't get your money before 6 o'clock and you don't have someone with you, forget it. I don't have. I'm staying without it.
And this is St. Lucia. You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
that should
as a
not
female,
be.
that's how I feel. Huh?
Yeah, that should
Somebody
be.
must be with me if I'm going to get the money anytime after. I'll say anytime after 7 because we're talking about dark. Yeah, I get a little nervous. And I won't take it from the fast, what do you call it, the drive-through. After that time, I need to go into the bank to get it. And then that's scary now.
Exactly. You know, and that just shouldn't be our little country. And we have to be feeling this way, that we can't take a little walk. You can't take a little sit there with it's evening time with your significant other, or maybe even your children for that matter. Just chilling and having a nice time. And there's so many countries across the globe that actually have that privilege. You could just go there and feel airy. You're good to go. Nothing, it's highly unlikely that anything untoward will happen to you. And by the way, there's some states in the U.S. that are like that, huh? There's actually some states in the U.S. that are actually like that.
Yeah.
All right?
You're right.
Okay. Oh, let me just mention something. I'm saying this to, the folks at Lucelec. Remember I said to you that there are some streets, depending on what time it is of the day. And I was even thinking and saying the system is actually aware of that. So when they sometimes on certain streets, you'd see the traffic lights would actually be blinking amber. Okay, it's just blinking amber. So I think basically they understand that it's a certain time of the night or the day, and just proceed with caution. Yeah, proceed with caution. Yeah. So I just want to mention something. I think it's important. That street there. Well, I don't know at what point Manuel Street actually begins. I'm assuming Manuel Street starts from the lower Mon Road there, after you pass Western Union. You know what I'm talking about? The lower Mon Road?
Yeah.
I'm
Before
assuming...
you get to the bridge, you mean?
Yes. I'm assuming...
I don't know. I always feel it's somewhere around the bridge, yeah.
Could be. So I'm not sure exactly where Manuel Street starts, but let's just assume it starts from the lower Mon Road area there, after you pass Western Union, somewhere there, going down, right?
I see somebody put here, Andre, one person died in the Conway shooting. So I guess when we get to our messages, we'll be able to follow through on that.
Well, I read the story this morning. It didn't say. So I'm not sure. So the police will provide details a little later. So I can only go with what I have. I don't want to say stuff that I do not know for a fact. So, so back to what I was saying. That area there where it intersects with Hospital Road, okay, next to the Dupal bottling company there, I think... Lucelec, you really need to give some serious thought to putting a street light there, right there. The same should apply for that little strip of road there. I'm thinking that's Hospital Road. After you pass the bridge, there's that little lane that goes into Hospital Road. If you understand what I'm saying, do you know exactly what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the
right.
Cemetery side.
Well, even before you get to the cemetery,
before you get to the left.
So as soon as you
it has always been like that, Andre. Very dark.
Right.
For years.
So as soon as you take, you get onto Bridge Street, you're about to pass the bridge, and you make that little right turn, and you're heading to Hospital Road. I'm assuming that Hospital Road starts there. I'm just assuming. I do not know. There's no signage.
Yeah.
So even that little area there, going up to the Dupal, because Dupal occupies that entire area there. Area is dark.
Yeah, they have, and I think that's why maybe they used to leave lights on.
There are no street lights there.
Yeah.
There are no street lights there.
I think maybe Dupal used to leave lights on, and maybe that's why they didn't.
Well, maybe they stopped that now.
Well, I don't think they're doing much in the building. If you notice, you don't see much happening there now. I don't know if they're closing down or whatever. We would have to find out. But there's not much happening when you pass there. Yeah, by Dupal's. Seriously, I don't see much happening. I don't know if they're getting,
close it down.
Well, closing down that area, and I don't know. They will have to confirm for us. Don't quote me, people, because you all like to quote people. Don't quote me. I'm asking the question.
All right.
Because I'm seeing less activity happening right there.
Okay. But the most important thing for now, I'm saying, right, there should be a street light on that area right there. There's no street light in that area. And the same would apply for the other section that links with
True.
Manuel Street as well.
Yeah.
If I'm stopping there at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm seeing a red light, I'm telling you, honestly, I'll proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I make sure I put the front of my vehicle, kind of in the road there. Okay, I'm all right. I'm staying there.
It's quiet, it's lonely, Andre, and you telling the truth, much less for nighttime. It is. For years, I've always said that.
I'm talking about nighttime, huh?
Yeah.
Or early morning.
But I know, Andre. You forget I had to drive there to go to work.
Oh, yeah. That's
early
correct.
morning, you forget?
Mhm.
I'm on the road after 5 to get to work and, quiet.
And the ironic thing about all of this, Lady J, that's not the case in the south of the island. Oh, sorry. Maybe certain other parts of the island, for example, maybe on the west coast and some parts of the east coast, you can feel relatively free,
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you.
What do you mean? Relatively free from what?
Let me
from crime or from lights? What you talking about?
From crime.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, because you were just talking about lighting a while ago.
I just thought I should mention that, right? I go down to Choiseul, Victoria Choiseul, very, very often. And usually, parking is usually done around the side of the street or the roadway, right? And sometimes I have to go and park in Never No Land. I do that without any thought of me and my life probably being in danger or anything like that. I've seen a lot of the residents, the females, when they leave the party, right? And I said to them, how are you getting home? Oh, we're walking. They would walk, from Victoria and go down to some other area there. In groups, but they just walking. Females, they don't feel any apprehension about doing that sort of thing at all. And I'm telling you, when I'm on there, I don't feel any way.
Yeah.
But where the city is concerned, and that just shouldn't be. That's our city, man. And I remember back in the day when I used to have girlfriends, we used to go window shopping and things like that. I used to do
Andrew,
that.
I'm sure you saw more police on the road before.
Honestly, I don't even remember.
Well, as a child, I saw police on the road. Seriously, on the beat. I did.
What I'm saying is that I was oblivious to the fact that there may have been police officers on the road. You understand? I just felt so free and comfortable back in the day doing that.
Yeah.
You just walking around the place there, window shopping. You're walking with your girlfriend, and you happy-go-lucky. Me?
You never heard of Pastor Andre.
Yeah. Even I'm being honest. Even when I'm going, say I'm heading to the market, and sometimes I have to go turn to come back to get a parking space and so on. And I usually go at the back there where you have Treasury, the Treasury Department. Do you know that road?
Yeah.
At the back, it takes you to the back of where you saw the JQ supermarket there. That's what's that street called? Cadet Street, I think. I think it's called Cadet Street. Okay, and that takes you at the back of Valmore. Listen, I'm driving there. I'm in my vehicle, and I get nervous.
Would you?
Yeah, I get nervous, and I'm in the vehicle. So, folks, we should really, really, really be doing better than that. That's not right. For a little country, we have to be going through this kind of crap.
Yeah.
All because of some fellas who see me and Gwen.
Well, the hospital road you talk about, I also find, for me, when you're going up what street is that? Cultural Center Street, up that way. I also find there to head down to the Darling is also a little lonely, dark, etc. Even in the daytime, I don't like it. It's, for me, it's uncomfortable.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I definitely understand what you're saying. There's some places I used to drive by, and I must admit it doesn't happen anymore. And every time, sorry folks, sorry.
They will chime in too, because I'm sure they have.
Sound like I'm extreme.
They will chime in too, I'm sure.
I used to drive past some areas, and I'm always thinking I hear some gunshots. That used to be on my mind.
You hear them or you?
No,
would?
I think like I feel I may be driving past there at a time when
I see what
that
you mean.
may happen.
Being uncomfortable again.
But as I said, that has passed.
Yeah,
that has passed.
Yeah.
So I drive in those same areas now. I drive past and I don't think about it anymore.
Because you remember the gentleman years ago his wife was in the vehicle and he was driving down the Darling and she got shot. Yeah. He didn't even know that. You know when he realized that? When he's telling her it's safe to come up now, which is what I heard. This time they already reached by the bus stand, by the supermarket,
Theft is another one again. Theft is another one. You have these people who just grab any opportunity to steal. Any opportunity they get. and you have to be so careful, dotting your I's, crossing your T's. You have to be almost to the point where you're paranoid. You go, like me, I check, double check, triple check to make sure.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you never know. You just make one little mistake, and they that's what they're waiting for.
Never be in a hurry to leave your home. Let's put it that way, because you need to check and make sure you didn't leave the keys on the door. How many times you've done that, Andre, when you're heading into the house?
How you mean? Yeah.
Leave your keys. You can't do that now. You have to be so careful.
Yeah.
How many times you wake up the next day and your keys on the outside?
When we were little, my grandfather would leave the vehicle open. The windows were down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fall asleep.
at one point, I was doing that, but I had to stop that now.
You can't.
Yeah.
Because now it's not what's inside. Now it's the car, as in the entire car could leave your compound.
Yes.
They would just take the whole thing. It's not about one wheel now. It's about all four wheels. They would take all,
Yeah, these are just selfish people who only think of themselves.
And don't want
That's
to
all.
work.
Yeah, that too. Want to get it easy. So, folks, as we said, this shooting incident took place in Bexar Sunday. That left, they said, 2 people dead and another injured. And then there's also, they said so far 18 homicides for the year so far. So we're moving up. They said that on Saturday, the body of a young male was discovered in Leclerc with apparent gunshot wounds. I remember I was talking to a partner of mine, and he told me he actually heard the shots at the time. Okay, so that happened in Leclerc. That's my community. In a separate case, another body was found in La Panse, while earlier, a man was fatally shot multiple times by gunmen along Darling Road in Castries. All right, there you go. They were shot multiple times by gunmen in Castries. So I guess...
One man.
Yeah. So I guess, that's what the person was talking about. Okay? Yeah. And they said up to now, the authorities have not released the identities of the victims or confirmed any motives linked to the attacks.
Right. So I guess in the news tonight, or well, not necessarily tonight, but lunchtime onwards.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll probably get information on that.
Okay, Lady J, I've not even asked you if there's anything in particular you'd like to mention.
Well, I had to write something down before I forget. But Saturday when I was walking, I met someone who said to me how much they listened to Andre and they followed Andre to his new station.
Oh, really?
Yes. And saying that Andre is magnetic. Andre pulls people in. Andre, you want to know who it is? You've mentioned his name right here.
Okay, I mentioned a lot of names. So which one is that one now?
Mark V.
Oh, hey,
so
my partner.
I wanted to make sure I send that.
Yeah, my
so
partner.
I had to write it down for me not to forget.
Yes, so Mark, good morning to you, my friend. Hope all is well. You know his wife always chimes in every day.
I know.
Yeah,
not
Mrs.
always
McPhee.
every day. She probably listens every day, but she doesn't chime in every day.
She doesn't?
Most days, but she listens. But he says he listens. It's
I
always
swear
tuned
every
in.
day we
Not
have
every day
Mrs.
we're saying
McPhee giving us a little shout out.
No, not every day.
Lady
I hope
J.
she's there. No, I'm telling you, Andre, I'm reading it. I'm telling you, it's not every day she's there.
Okay, Mrs.
Because even
McPhee.
there was a time when I said I haven't heard from her for a while. When she said hello, I actually said that. Nonetheless, we appreciate it even if it's once a week. Let's put it that way.
Okay, Mrs.
Let's not
McPhee.
debate on that.
Definitely not. Okay, because I'm not the
We
one reading
appreciate
the shout outs
Yeah, we
anyway.
appreciate
So you're
that.
probably right about that.
And there's also someone else. He says he didn't know that your brother passed and he met the manager. What was her name again? The manager for hair.
The manager for hair?
Yes, and she was here until January. I've forgotten her name.
Are you talking about the office manager?
Office manager.
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
I'm just saying what he said.
Yeah.
Right, he met her. I was asking her, how are the guys? And he met her outside of here. And she told him that Tony had passed and he took it so hard. But anyway, his name's Brian. His name is Brian, I think. I did write it down to make sure. Brian, yes, is his name. I bumped into him at the auditions on Marina Haven Hotel on Sunday. He was looking for something, that's why he came to the hotel. So let me say hello to Brian. Hi, Brian, how you doing? So I don't know if you know who the Brian is, but he certainly knew you and Tony.
Yeah.
I was saddened when he heard about Tony's passing.
You know, a few people actually haven't heard about that. Huh? I think I met a gentleman recently. We were talking, I think, at the supermarket, and he was actually asking me about Tony. And when I told him, Tony had passed, I said, "You didn't know that?" He said, "No." You could see he was genuinely surprised.
Of course,
he didn't know.
But Andre, my brother, August 1st is going to be 7 years. And sometimes when I put on his phone, because sometimes I turn it off, his clients all the way in England are trying to get in touch with him. They don't know he's gone, you know, because he had clients all over. And Andre, the whole thing starts over again. So I have to turn off his phone. It starts over like it was yesterday. It starts to hurt again. Even when you try to, I'm not saying you want to get over it, but you want to get over a little bit of the pain. You want to ease yourself, because when people talk about him, and we were not ready. Obviously, we were not ready. I mean, I wasn't even ready for my dad to go, and he was already 74. He had just, you know. So, Andre, I know exactly how this is, because it's not a year Tony has left us. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
That's for sure. That's for sure. I told I have the urn home with his ashes.
Yes.
Yeah. So from time to time, I give it a little look up.
Hi, Tony.
Yeah, I give it a look up. Actually, no, I don't say that. I just give
In
it
the
a look
brain?
up.
You don't say that in the
and
brain?
I just
say it. I don't care. I say it. My dad, I have the button on my dresser. I have a photo of him on my dresser. Right? I had a bigger photo of him, but when my mom came over, I put it in her room. Right? And if I go to the dresser for perfume or what have you, how you doing, Dad? Of course I say it. I don't care.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I say it. I don't care. I say it, Andre.
Well, you know, big up to you.
Maybe not outward, in the mind. In the mind. I'm speaking, you know, in the mind, how you do it. And I make sure I wipe it so it's not dusty or anything.
You know, I think some faiths actually believe you can pray to your loved ones and to ask your loved ones to intercede for you, this sort of thing. Some faiths actually believe that. Yeah.
Well, I think for me, Andre, when I'm walking, I don't know how people see this, but I always feel my brother and my dad are with me, because they always commented about me and my walking and my fitness. So because of that, whenever I am doing anything pertaining to fitness, they're the first set of people on my mind. If I gain a little bit of weight, my dad would say, "Hey, Jan, you're putting on some weight. You know, put on a little muscle call. This would be touching up the muscle." I say, "Dad, you know, now and again I have to," especially when I enjoy certain foods. Anytime I traveled, Andre, you know that. Anytime I traveled, when I came back to work, Dr. Beat and all of them would say, "Girl, you put on some weight." I say, "What? What's a holiday if I putting on some weight? Let me enjoy my holiday, yes?"
So when your dad said that to you, how did you feel? Because I know some people will get upset when
it's my dad?
when you say to them, "Hey, you're putting on a little weight."
If it's my dad, I don't feel anyhow, because I know he's looking out for me. But if it is somebody like Andre Paul, Andre, excuse me, watch yourself. Mind yourself. Don't look at me.
I remember there was one time, folks, we were taking a walk, and there's a guy, I wouldn't even describe who he is, because Lady J might remember who it is, and maybe the person might be listening.
Okay.
And the man had the audacity to tell Lady J how she get big. He didn't say you put on weight, you know. Hey, once you get so
He
big.
said that to me?
Yes.
I can't even remember that. That I got big and I'm walking. Wow.
And Lady J was upset.
Good thing I can't remember that, Andre. Really?
Lady J was
That man
upset.
obviously didn't know me.
Lady J was upset, boy.
Did I put him in his place?
No, you didn't say
I
anything
didn't?
to him.
Okay.
But folks, you know, after we left, she was telling us how he feels.
He deserved it.
Oh, boy.
He lucky I didn't put him in his place. I mean, come on.
She spoke about that, man. She spoke about that for the rest of the walk.
Well, it must have bothered me.
But I understand. I think it's the way the guy said the thing.
Okay.
Hey, you getting fat.
Well, they probably know me to be really thin then.
I think that's the worst one to say. You're getting fat.
Yeah.
You're
What do you
getting
mean by
fat.
people getting fat?
You're getting fat.
Yeah. It's like my sister once, you know, she met an old, I guess, a classmate of hers, and the classmate who was always a full-bodied girl saw my sister who had reached the stage where you can gain some weight. And my sister had, And she tells my sister, first thing, my sister comes to St. Lucia. She's visiting. And the first thing you're going to say is, "Hey, you putting on some weight, you have to watch it." This is what my sister told her. And I'm saying it very nice. She says to her, "I'm gaining some weight, which is now. But from the time I know you, you've been like this." And not in those kind words,
Yeah.
Because she's a professor, so when she put it down on you, she'll
Yeah.
put it down on you. But I'm saying it's simple, Andre, and this hurts as simple as I say it. When she told me that, I started to laugh.
Boy, the only people I will venture to say that to are my very close friends and maybe close family members. But for me to look at somebody I barely know you to come and tell you how you put it on weight.
Andre, it's best to tell a person life treating you well. And it says it all. Life treating you well. You look good. You may gain some weight. Andre, I mean, whenever I travel, I have to, before I travel, and you know that, I work harder at with my fitness. I walk, you remember? I always say to me, I remember that one time you said to me, but all of this you've done for yourself, when you go away, you're going to gain it back. And I said, but I'll work hard and lose it again. And I did. In a matter of 3-4 weeks, I was back to normal. But Andre, I'm not going to go away and not enjoy myself. Yes, I'm going to still walk. Even in 40 degrees weather, I'm walking. And I videotape and I show people and they're like, what? And I'm like, just cover up, baby. And enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy the walk, But it's true. I mean, I've done it once or twice, Andre, tell people you've gained weight. And I realized they didn't like it. So I realized this is a touchy...
Yeah, very
touchy situation here. Yeah. You can't tell them they're losing, and you can't tell them they're gaining.
And the ironic thing is that you have people now who, as you said, who have always been that way. They've always been a little chubby and so on. And they are ones as well scrutinizing people who putting on a little weight. They're actually scrutinizing you and telling
saying you put on weight. Come on. You've always been there. What you know about being small? Whereas I've touched small and I've touched big. Yeah, I've touched big because I was pregnant once and I was 165. But then in your last 2 weeks, you lose weight. I don't know how, if everybody, but as far as I know. So in your last 2 weeks, you actually lose a pound or two. So when I gave birth to Consuelo, I was actually 160 pounds. All right? Yes. And Andre, when you give birth now, you may gain or you may lose. Okay? So for a whole year, I was, in the 160s and, touching until, I came back home when she was a year and something, just on a short holiday. And I remember there was the Jazzercise. They had just opened up Jazzercise at Gabewoods Mall right there. Andre, I went to that and lost all my weight. Oh, yeah, I went to that for about 6 weeks. I went before I went back, as I came and stayed a while. So, Connie could meet her people and so on. And then I went back.
So movement. That's so important.
Gotta move.
That we find some way somehow to be either walking, running, cycling, swimming, whatever. But you need to be moving that body. It was made to move.
All right? Andre, it was raining this morning, so I had to do my indoor bike.
Okay.
My sweat, boy. That was a good sweat.
Okay. Now, the government of St. Lucia, because now the whole thing about the Citizenship by Investment program, that's really in fact, it's been under the microscope for a while. All right, especially during the last general election, the time leading up to the last general elections in St. Lucia, that just kept coming up, and it's still there. Right, it's still there. Two things I want to say about the Citizenship by Investment program. It seems as though it really assists the government, whether it's this one, the last one, in meeting certain needs and so on, that they have these extra resources there. And remember, governments are under a lot of pressure, right, in terms of how much they can do, what they cannot do. And now you have dwindling support, more so from the U.S. Long ago, America was always supporting financially and so on, but all this is changing. So you have Caribbean governments now thinking outside the box and coming up with all kind of innovative ways to bring in revenue. So the Citizenship by Investment is one of those ways. So all I'm saying to those who are opposing it, and maybe for very, very good reasons, yes, it's true. I agree. If there are certain issues with it, definitely, right? But we have to be very, very careful that we don't do any unnecessary damage to it, where we'll be forced now to stop it completely. All right? That's what I'm saying. That's one thing I'm going to say. The other thing is that now that they're saying that the international partners, I guess maybe the pressure is being brought to bear now, and what they seem to be, where they want the Citizenship by Investment program to go is to the people who are going to be applying for citizenship. They have to now have sort of ties to St. Lucia. They have to be, it's not just like a citizenship, and they have nothing to do with the country, which is, I suspect, that's how it currently obtains. So now they want the people who are applying to have some kind of engagement between the citizens and themselves and so on. But when I read that, I said to myself, wow, I mean, how do you get people to do that sort of thing? It's like you can't force somebody to want to be involved.
But it
in
can
your
be in
affairs.
the contract.
Say again?
It can be in the contract.
Right, I understand
so
what
if
you're
it's
saying.
in the contract, before they sign it, they know it's supposed to happen.
Right, but I'm saying how the person, there's some people who just on their own vibe. Even right here in St. Lucia, there are people who don't engage with anything else. They don't get
Agreed.
involved in anything. So imagine trying to tell a foreigner. So I just want to know, I'd be curious to know what
Exactly
they
how.
were thinking in terms of engagement. Does it mean the person has to maybe open a business here or something? That could be part of it. I don't know. I'm just thinking, what could this person do that would indicate to the partners, the people who are putting the pressure, that these people are not just looking for citizenship and that's it. They don't want to be engaged. They don't want to get involved in anything in the country. So it'd be nice if they all told that you have to open a business here. That'd be nice, because you have more businesses going to be opening, you have more employment and so on. But then again, you can't force anybody to open a business.
Yeah, but that could be part of it as well, Andre, why they want to come to the Caribbean and choose St. Lucia. I don't know what it is. I never really studied what exactly happens after. But I remember when I first heard about it from, say, St. Kitts, some of them were coming to open businesses, for St. Kitts. That's when I first read it. Because the first time I heard about citizenship by investment in the Caribbean was in St. Kitts, I think. I'm sure of that. And that's quite a few years ago.
Yeah, and there are different facets to it. Some people, of course, can go down that road, open a business and so on, and others are just as for whatever reason that they choose to apply for it. But the point I'm making is that what I'm asking is, I wonder what is it that they're thinking in terms of getting these people to have a deeper connection with the country. It's not just a business.
Yeah, so we have to ask that for sure.
Yeah, we're looking forward to getting more information.
Yeah.
Okay, the Ministry of Health is marking World Oral Health Day under the theme, A Happy Mouth is a Happy Life.
Yeah.
Okay, so they want to...
When is that day, Andre? Is that in April? Because I didn't see that for March.
Neither did it. The information I have, they didn't say exactly when they're going to be observing it.
Okay.
So maybe this is something we could just check out.
I'll check
I'm
it
sure.
out, yeah.
Just type it up and stuff and see when is World Oral Health Day. So they're saying that they want to push to educate the public on the importance of maintaining good oral hygiene. What I don't know is how they plan to do that. And if we know them, the way that they plan to do it is just maybe through social media. I'm just assuming, folks, because that's the way they seem to be going right now.
You tell them they need to
use all
support,
the platforms.
Yeah,
use all the
support
platforms.
the radios as well.
But you see, the thing is, again, they will tell you it's funding. They don't have money to pay for the. You'd be surprised, folks. You'd be surprised. Most government departments, most of them want freeness. Yeah, most government departments want freeness. They will tell you they do not have money to spend to pay for this and that and the other.
March 20.
So March 20th,
that was,
a couple of days ago.
Yeah. Today's the 23rd.
So about 3 days ago.
Yeah. So that's Friday.
So yes. So let's just talk a little about good oral health. And folks, you're never too old to learn something new. As in fact, I think on one of the programs that we had here on Doctor in the House, we had somebody, I think a dentist who was here, and she was talking about rinsing the mouth, even if you don't have the time to brush. Okay, so you say you eat something sweet, for example, and the Creator is so magnificent. If you eat anything sweet that is in the natural, for example, you're having whatever the sweet may be, grapes, mangoes, cane sticks, you understand? Whatever. It does not, when we eat those things, those foods do not release the sugars in the mouth. The sugars are released in the stomach.
Yeah.
Now, that's like a miracle when you think about it. Now, the man-made stuff is
Biscuits,
released in
chocolates.
in the mouth. That's why we have so many cavities and so on, because this thing just destroys the enamel after a certain period of time. So they're saying now, all this is kind of maybe common sense, that anytime we eat those sweets and so on, even if we don't have the time, we're unable to brush at that time, to rinse the mouth with some water. So that's a good idea. That's one thing. Another thing they're also recommending is that even if we don't brush at all for the day, during the daylight hours, it's most important that we brush at night before we go to sleep. That one is super, super important. In fact, Dr. the host of the show,
Suraj?
Dr. Suraj, was saying to the guests at the time, if you had to make a suggestion as to the time of the day that's most important to brush, although it doesn't mean that you shouldn't brush during the day, what would that time be? And she said, the last thing at night. Yeah, because that's when all the action takes place in the mouth, when the mouth is closed and so on, all this bacteria doing all the bad deeds.
This
right?
one says, the message is simple, be proud of your mouth. It
Okay.
says, because when your mouth is healthy, you speak better, you eat better, you smile with confidence, and live better. Yeah.
So there's another little piece of advice that the dentist gave, and I'd just like to pass on that little piece of advice right now, because I've tried it, and I think it's a wonderful thing. Instead of buying mouthwash and so on, the dentist recommended that after you brush, okay, don't rinse the mouth. In other words,
With the toothpaste.
yeah, leave the toothpaste in your mouth as best as you can. So what you can spit it out up to a certain point, and then now instead of rinsing, you just leave it there.
Swish it.
Yeah. Well, you could swish it if you want, but not with any water or anything. You do your thing and you leave it there. You don't dilute it. So to keep the toothpaste in your mouth after you brush, don't spit it out completely. Just leave it there, and it acts as a breath freshener. Yeah, that's powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. And I tried it at the beginning. It was a little uncomfortable, but you get used to it. Yeah. So I make sure now when I'm brushing my teeth at nights, I make sure I leave a little behind, and it feels really nice.
Yeah.
It feels really nice. Some of us have gotten used to morning breath, as a morning breath is a normal, natural thing. And I can tell you, folks, that is not the case at all.
Not everybody gets it.
If you observe your good oral hygiene, you floss, you have the cleaning and stuff on a regular, when I say at least every 6 months. Now, we tend to forget those things. What I usually do at the dentist, I say to them, just give me a reminder.
Give you a call.
Yeah. And folks, to be honest with you, it is not that expensive to go for a cleaning. I know for some people it's probably impossible.
It's
right?
about two.
So I'm talking about
253.
Actually, not so much.
Yeah, Andre, it depends on which doctor you're going to. It's not less than 200. Is it 150 you saying?
Yes, one something.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
depends
I
on,
pay.
we'll talk doctors after.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So I'm just saying, for some people, it's probably way ahead, way over their heads, right? No problem, and I understand that. But if you are able to, you have the resources, you have the money, it's worth it. It's worth it because they go in there and they clean out that stuff and they
Freshen again.
Yeah, can make it look, this fresh thing because they put a lot of stuff in your mouth and they also scrub like this kind of like scrub the teeth kind of thing. Yeah, you have a nice little shine there.
Not scrub, Andre, brush.
No, they take this thing.
You
They
can't
don't.
say scrub. You can't say scrub for the teeth. You have to say brush.
Yeah, but I'm saying they don't brush the teeth. They use some kind of thing, and you could actually taste the fluoride in it, and they like this. Well, that's why I said.
So it's a fluoride.
That's why I said scrub.
Taste.
That's why I said scrub. Like they kind of like
Yeah.
scrub it. Yeah, and it feels really, really nice. It's a nice feeling, right? And of course, you must get a good dentist that's gentle as well, because some dentists are really rough. They're rough like anything else, man.
On the clock instead of doing what they have to
Yeah,
do.
they are.
Take
Some
care
of them
your
are
mouth.
rough.
They looking at the clock. I have X amount of time with you instead of giving you your time.
Yes.
You never seen that, Andre? The doctor really should have at least give each client. They can confirm that for me. 20 to 30 minutes in the office. Don't rush us because some people write what they want to remember and say in the doctor's office. Others, as you ask, as I will, I come there for one thing, but hey, that could lead to, I have this pain or I have that pain. And it doesn't matter if we tell the doctor, our actual doctor, when we go to him or her, what the situation is. And it's not an eye doctor, but we could still say it. And then our doctor can direct us to the eye doctor. Because, Andre, I don't know if that has happened to you. But when you go to your actual doctor, don't they check your mouth? Don't they check your eyes? All of that? Because all of that leads to internal as well. So I don't know why the doctor check your pressure, all of that. I don't know why the doctors want to rush us out of the office.
Even doctors in general, or
doctors in general that you go to them, most of them want to rush you. It's as if they're on a time.
Yeah.
But here, our money on a time too, because if we don't work, we can't pay for these things.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So folks, as I said, if and that's the operative word, if you can afford it, go have a clean every 6 months. That's important because when you do that also, they check you out. They can take pics of your teeth and so on to see if anything. It's almost like when you go service your vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, so they tell you, they see something developing, and then you can address it right away. Because, folks, it's a real nice thing, It's a wonderful thing. It's a beautiful thing. When you go to a lady, for example, and you're talking to that lady up close, and boy, that breath is just nice and fresh. That's a beautiful thing.
Either or.
And I imagine it's the same thing. You speak from a lady's perspective. When you're talking to a guy, and the guy has nice, soothing breath, how does that make you feel as a woman?
Good, Andre, but am I getting that close to him? I don't know. It's certain men, I think I get closer when I'm talking to women. I'm closer, but when I'm talking to a man, I tend to... Andre, I'm not very close to you when I talk to you. We don't talk that close. I'm just one of those who, when it's the opposite sex, I kind of step back a little bit. I'm strange. I'm strange for the opposite sex. I'm like a little distant away. Yeah, Andre, come on.
All right, okay, I respect that. No problem.
Not that close to you, Andre.
But of course, there's certain guys that you will get close to. For example, your hubby is one of them.
Of course.
Exactly. So I'm just saying. People, I'm just saying this thing about the morning breath. You think that is inevitable. Your mouth must stink.
Some people, Andre, depends on what they ate or something.
Not just do
the morning, but not. But you're right. It's not. It's not always.
I'm saying,
in the
folks,
morning,
it is not inevitable. You don't have. It's not. Like you must have morning breath. Some of us act like that. That's a normal. That's a turn. I can't stand that. That's a turn off, man. People say, "Oh, take me as I am," things like that.
No.
Take me as I am.
Some mornings, yes,
stinks,
but not all mornings. Andre, so what you do if you were enjoying the lady last night?
Say again.
You were enjoying the lady last night. We're not talking about now. We're talking about then. You were enjoying the lady. I say lady last night. And of course, she didn't, after you all had your fun, you all fell asleep. So she wakes up with morning breath. What are you going to say?
Well, to be honest with you, I think I can count on one hand the number of times that happened to me. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
But one time I remember
little
Nairobi. Little Nairobi, my little Nairobi. Nairobi was at preschool. And I remember I went to pick her up one day. And Nairobi comes up to me, puts her face in my face, said, "Daddy, I have nice breath."
Yeah, that must have been taught at school that day.
I'm like, "What?" I said, "Of course, your breath is beautiful, man." Yeah, okay. Imagine a little child asking a question like that.
That's a good thing. The awareness is so important, Andre. Very, very important. And speaking about the awareness, Andre, it's Autism Awareness on April 2nd. So maybe Tuesday or Wednesday we'll have someone in here to talk about it.
Okay, wonderful.
That's really important, According to WHO, it's 1 to 127 persons with autism.
I was speaking to a lady about maybe 3 weeks ago or less. She actually came to my home. She was seeking information about something, and I know her. She has, I think, 2 children with autism.
Wow, and that's tough.
2.
Because some of them could be so rambunctious. I mean, how you can, before you even fix up one, the other one is out, and it could be so difficult. Man, I could imagine, what it must be like. Because she was telling me what it's like to, to have 2 of them with autism. Amazing. And she's able, well, so far, able, but it must be very, very stressful for her. Yeah. Well, I would say overseas, they are so lucky because of the treatment that they get, that as they get older, you could see them learning and studying just like a normal person. You know what I mean? But other than that, it can be tough for a family, a mother, a father. But love, Andre, always supersedes everything. If you love and you can love, I think you can get past that. Indeed. So you said you're going to have a we'll
guest
talk about
or 2?
it today. I'll talk about it today, as well as the oral, the hygiene as well, because we're not finished with things that are happening in March, the awareness or the day. So I'll talk about that as well. And during the week, of course, we'll continue. And of course, on that day, we will probably talk about it as well. Andre, we have to talk about Julian Alfred. You remember at a race, she came in 3rd. When it was the semifinals, when she did the semifinals, she was first in line. But when the actual race came on, she lost to Italy and, who was it, USA? Yes, USA. got the silver and she got the bronze. But Andre, it was so close. 7.03. It was so close. 7.03 for her. Inch. I mean, she must have been mad. Really close. But you know, when you look at it overall, there's nothing to be mad about. It's like you three really good, you know, because it's not a vast difference between those three. So let's congratulate her
of course.
again.
Congratulations.
St. Lucia on the map, you know, doing a good job. Yeah.
Yeah, and not every day is Christmas, you know, so sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you see, I tell you really, me and this competitive things, I don't fancy those things at all. Yeah, I don't take it well if I lose. I don't take it very well.
So you didn't play sports? You left it for Tony?
Yes, of course. I try a little thing, but I wasn't making any sense.
It's good to be honest.
I wasn't making any sense.
It's good to
so
be honest.
So I say, you see that thing? Muna last swimwear. Yeah, Muna last swimwear. I'm stepping aside.
Well, trust me, it's good to be honest.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
It's true.
I agree with you, Andre.
I mean, I remember my friends, my school friends and so on, these guys were good, you know, with the cricket and the football and so
Andre,
on.
practice.
Yeah. No, there's certain things.
If they're good, you already have them in your corner. All you have to do is to practice with them.
It's not your strength, you know, certain things just not your strength. So you see me, let me just do what the things that I know I can do well and stick with that.
But you supported Tony. You would be at the field. You would go and watch it, or
of
you
course,
wouldn't.
But you know,
Okay.
but after a while, my vibe.
Yeah, I mean, later on in life,
Yeah,
that's
later in life,
different.
you
We're
move
talking
out,
about,
you move out and take. And Tony
He
stuck
had
with
his
that
friends,
up until the last minute. He was always on the Leclerc field there doing the thing. He and the guys.
You're right.
Yeah, Tony loved football.
Yeah.
Football was his thing.
Yeah.
Okay, the Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown announcing that general elections will be held in Antigua in 90 days.
Wow, I heard that.
So that's about 3 months, a little over 3 months' time. Yes, so apparently he seems to think, because he's calling it out before it's constitutionally due in 2028. Yeah, imagine that.
Wow.
So almost like 2 years.
He's doing like Barbados.
So he must feel that, hey, listen, I got them where I want them.
Let me go now. Well, I wish him all the best.
Yes, so we'll be, of course, following the elections there in Antigua and Barbuda. And they said that Gaston Brown became the first Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister to be elected for 3 consecutive terms.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Boy, imagine you're the opposition, and you're losing 3 consecutive elections, because it's all about winning, right? Nothing like, as you said a while ago, a little, you could win.
You win. Let's not look at the
you could win
how
by
you
one
win.
vote. By one
That's
vote.
right, you win.
Yeah.
I always say that.
Yeah, so
Win,
nothing like
win.
a little. Yeah. No. It's first past the post, and that's it. And kind of related to that, in Jamaica, Andrew Holness apparently accepted a 200% salary increase. And by the way, there's
What?
a
what? A 200%?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now it's not just not the government doing that. There's like a body called the Public Sector Compensation Committee.
Okay.
So they're the ones that
That
decide.
reviewed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess they figured, the
It was
200%
deserving.
is worth it. So what is interesting is that the opposition leader in Jamaica, Bruce Golding, he was arguing that this is shameful and deceptive that the Prime Minister accepted the 200% increase. And the Prime Minister, when he spoke now, he actually said, that's the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, he said that the opposition leader was making more money than the Prime Minister. Yes, he said the opposition
As
leader
in
was
now?
earning $27 million
Good.
a year.
Good.
Right?
So
and
he
was
didn't see that.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yes. So he said, Golding said it wasn't in the manifesto and this and that and the other. So the Prime Minister said to him, listen, man, I'm Prime Minister, plus I run 4 ministries. So what you talking about? Right? And you just opposition leader, you're making more money than the Prime Minister? No, that has to stop. And I agree.
Hold on. I still don't understand, Andre. How is that possible?
Good question. I don't know.
Because wouldn't the government say what the opposition is supposed to
As
receive?
I said, there was remember, it's not
Jamaica?
them. There's a public sector compensation committee that decides. As to why that was so, I do not know. Let me quote. That's the Prime Minister of Jamaica speaking, Andrew Holness. The leader of the opposition only talks, many times nonsense, and takes home $27 million. Okay,
Well, that's
in the last
27
hold on.
Jamaican
Yes.
money,
Yeah.
for people
He says,
to understand.
He said in the last term, the leader of the opposition earned more money than the prime minister. Yeah, and he said when he said that, he said people were going boop, 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 boop on the desk. Yeah, and it's true.
Yeah.
So,
Wow,
so that needs to
Andre,
change.
That's not good. Of course.
Yeah.
Not good at all.
But folks, 27 million Jamaica dollars, and I think now the prime minister will be making 28.6 million. Yeah, so we have to work it out in terms of US.
Still close,
So how
27, 28, still close. Still close. Opposition should not get that close to the actual prime minister.
That's a point that you're making as to why that is so, and whether it's fair to the prime minister. As he said, he's prime minister, plus he runs 4 ministries. He's responsible for 4 ministries.
Well, that part, that's his business, because nobody told him to run it. He can do that himself. He's the prime minister. He can choose 1, he can choose 2, he can choose 4. So that part, I don't agree with him dropping that. But yeah, the monies, I think they need to definitely look at that for sure.
And I always say, I have no problem with our prime minister. I'm not talking about the one that's there right now. I'm talking about the position. The position of prime minister making a very good salary. I have no problem, because I find that that's hard work.
Also, your life is also sometimes at stake, depending.
Yes,
you know, people say so much about you. You know, you have to have a really strong back, strong mind.
It's a lot of work, and I believe. And the worst part is that I believe a lot of these politicians, their family life is not the greatest thing at all. Yeah, because as I said, imagine it's a weekend and you have every intention of spending some time with your family, and you get a call. And I'm sure that happens all the time. You get a call, somebody's sick, they want a ride. They need a ride to get to so-and-so place, and you're the MP. So now you have to, there's a landslide. You have to go and check it out.
Yeah,
There's
definitely.
a fire. Somebody's ill at the hospital, right? You have to go. Oh, I don't want that kind of job. That's too much stress. So I'm saying for a job that is so stressful, I think the prime minister should be making a good salary. So I don't know if what we pay our prime minister in St. Lucia is considered to be a good salary. I don't know by what other standards, but I think the prime minister should be making. Yes, of course, it's public knowledge.
I don't know.
I think with perks and everything, I think the prime minister makes like 15,000 a month, something like that.
You see?
Yeah, I think with the perks and everything. I think most other ministers basic 10,000, somewhere around there. With the perks, maybe they make it a 12 kind of thing.
That's not a lot, Andre.
Yeah, I'm saying, I think the prime minister should be making a very, very good salary.
Yeah,
that's number one. And also, I feel strongly, right, that our prime minister should be traveling first class.
Well, Andre, that's debatable.
And folks,
that's
just in
debatable.
case,
It depends on how he wants to.
No.
Travel.
I'm giving my opinion.
Yeah. Depends on him.
That's my opinion.
He wants to travel first class, fine. If he wants to travel among the people, fine. Business class, fine. It's really him.
So I'm saying, okay. You finished? So I'm saying,
you say that all the time.
I want to repeat it.
Okay.
Because I feel strongly about that.
Because you say it all the time.
Our prime minister, days for that thing about traveling, coach our prime minister. No. And folks, I'm not talking about the prime minister that's there right now. In general, that position should be traveling first class. You're trying to tell me you're going to Taiwan, that takes you about almost, a day and a half to get there, something like that, or how long that takes, right? You're traveling in coach? No, man, no.
Andre, you know the difference between coach, business class, and first class, depending on the aircraft you're flying on, is a lot. It's a very big difference between that. So, I mean, maybe they're considering that as well. That's why they say, okay, well, I'm comfortable in economy. One, the space between each, the seats wide enough for my legs and so on. So that might be a consideration, because it's not that bad flying on a good aircraft in economy, it's not that bad. When we fly on those little planes, Andre, that is a cramp waiting to happen in 5 minutes.
Well, all I know is that the last time I traveled, which was to France, that took about 8 hours. I didn't enjoy that at all. It was the worst time of my life. I was in coach. Oh, worst time. I said, Miss, can you imagine? I'm so depressed here. Imagine somebody hijacking the plane and we go down, and that's how I die. I actually said it to myself, I was so depressed inside. I didn't like it. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe things have changed right now. Maybe so. I don't know. But I'll tell you something. I had an experience one time. We're going back to New York, me and my friend at the time, Wade Gajada. And boy, fate would have it, that I think they had overbooked or something like that. And I remember the air hostess came and said to us, I think we overbooked the flight, but nonetheless, there's room in first class. Would you like to go to first class?
You put up your hand.
I say, you asking a drunkard if you like alcohol? Yes. And
that's how you place it.
we went into first class. Let me tell you, that's the sweetest thing.
It is. There's no doubt about it, Andre. But it's expensive. It's expensive. And somebody like me, for example, who don't
drink, expensive. It costs more.
Costs more. It's expensive. I'm saying it because nobody not paying it for me, so I have to say it's expensive. And Andre, people go in there and yes, they'll drink some alcohol, etc. So when you add the alcohol at least. But people like me that's only going to drink water. What's that? So for me, like I said, and I said it the last time you brought it up, only when I'm traveling with hubby. When I'm going by myself, I'm going to economy, depending on the plane I take. Because these aircrafts, the space is wide enough, Andre. Once I can stretch my legs and feel good, I'm fine.
Okay, bravo to you. Bravo to you. But if I were Prime Minister, I'm saying if I were Prime Minister, I'd make it clear during the campaign, right? I mean, even put it in a manifesto.
Why he has to say that? Why you have to put it there?
No, I say that's what I would do.
But why? Why it has to go there?
Because so you don't vote for me if you figure as though I talk in Papi Show. I make sure I tell you that. I tell you that if you elect me, I'll be traveling first class. So what, me?
But why that has to go in your manifesto?
Why not?
Why? If you elect me, I'm going to go in first class?
Yeah,
why?
Me, yeah. I think that's important.
Why?
Why not?
Andre, explain. But why something like that has to go in the manifesto?
Okay, all right. Okay.
I don't see the reason for that.
I will not put it in the manifesto.
Let's talk about our good roads in your manifesto.
I will not put it I will not put it in the manifesto. I will say it openly.
Thank you.
Okay, makes you happy now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Sounds more like it.
So people will know from the outset, if they're going to vote for me, that I will be traveling first class.
I make no bones about that.
They do care. They do care. Oh yeah.
And if you're taking a long flight, the best time to fly is the best.
Why do you think
to fly is business if it's a long flight?
Why do you think our prime ministers over the years do not travel first class? Because if they do, it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a huge deal. So I'm saying if it's me, I'm making that clear. Whatever avenue I get to say it, not necessarily in the manifesto, as you say there, but I'm going to make sure you know that. So you don't have to vote for me.
Andre, please. Anyways.
Yes. All right. So, are you ready for the shout-outs? Let's go. Anali.
I have to say happy birthday to two people. Rafferty Intimates. Raf, he's celebrating his birthday today. And
what's the person's name? Rafferty Intimates?
No, it's called the business, like you call Paul. Andre Paul, so Paul Intimates because you sell.
Oh, I thought that was the person's name. I said,
no. That's the name of the business, Inc. Rafferty Intimates, Inc. His name is Rafferty Lasaris.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, wonderful. I have some special folks in my life who are celebrating their birthday this week. One is Vanetta. She's celebrating her birthday, I think, on Thursday, I believe.
She's a March born?
Yeah, Thursday. Okay. Then I think on Saturday, my brother-in-law Jonathan, he's celebrating his birthday as well. There's a friend of mine down south, she's celebrating her birthday as well. And then next week is going to be Nairobi's birthday.
Well, you better say it every day before you forget, Andre.
I think next week, Wednesday, or Tuesday or Wednesday. One of them. Yeah, one of them for sure. All right?
Okay.
Yeah. So, folks, don't forget, coming up later, the icing on the cake. That's still to come.
Andre, I didn't hear about the food today. What happened? It's finished?
Oh,
we didn't talk about the food
I got
today.
all bogged down in the crime thing.
Okay, let's go. Let's say it now.
No. Go ahead. It's already 8 minutes after 11.
People still want to know if they want to buy. All right. So Nisa Joseph Silly says, Andre, one person died in the Conway shooting.
Okay. Yes.
Kavinia Fana says, good morning to all.
Kavinia.
Oh, right. She also says, blessings, my darling Andre.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And hope all is well with you and your lovely daughter, and of course your significant other. I don't know his name.
You have to bring that up for sure. You have to make sure. Marcia Joseph says, blessed morning to all. D. Francis says, good morning to everyone.
Good morning, D. Francis. Hope all is well. Seems as though D. Francis can take a joke because I played her thing the other day, and she didn't have a problem with that.
No, she didn't. Martha's Shop says, bless wonderful day, Mr. Andre and Lady J.
Hey, morning, Martha's Shop. Good to hear from you as always.
Bonjour. Pleasant good morning to everyone. Yes, Martha Shop. And Catherine is here. Good morning, Andrew and Lady J. She must have heard us say that. Next time, according to your husband, she chimes in, but sometimes we listening. He changed from I to we, but he definitely said he listens all the time. Yes. Josiane is still overseas, Andre?
I believe so. Good morning, Josiane. Nice hearing from you. I missed you, Josie, already. I miss her already. One of the best neighbors in the entire world.
Oh, so who's looking after her place now? She has her children?
Oh, she has her young family there.
Okay,
good.
Yeah,
including her grandson.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Okay, so she says, good morning, REV-UP family. Monday blessings to all. Yes. Barbara Xavier says, good morning to both of you. Have a lovely day. And I see a 5. I don't know what that is there. Maybe that's a mistake. I'm not sure. Sills Rubs.
Oh, yes. Look, I forgot to mention Sills Rub. Imagine that.
Well, she's here.
I got so carried away with this crime, the gun violence.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hello. Good morning, Andrew and Lady J. Pleasant day to you both. And she says, have a wonderful week. Blessings always.
And don't forget, you can check Silton for her rubs by calling 716-8018. 716-8018. Let me say it one more time. 716-8018. You know, I'll say that a million times, and some people still don't get it.
Yeah. Because if you don't write it, you forget. Yeah. Josie Stevens says, St. Lucia is number 1 for telling people you get fat. No filter.
Who said that?
Josie Stephen, not your Josie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nisa Joseph Seeley says, Andre, they need to add a residency component to the CIP, just as in the U.S. You must become a permanent resident and live in the U.S. for at least 5 years before being eligible to file for citizenship.
Well, boy, I don't know. The U.S. can cut some style. I don't know about St. Lucia. And, can we wait that long?
Isn't it 5 years here? But what they're saying is once they get the CIP, that's it immediately, once the papers are through? Because I thought for a citizen, you had to be here for at least 5 or... Is it 5 or 7 years?
No, man.
How long?
That's not how that works.
For here?
Yeah, that's not... Yeah, but if that's what... How... If
not CIP, I'm speaking in general for someone. How do you become a citizen here? For example, I know with my daughter not being born in St. Lucia, we had to get the information, pay for that and whatever. That didn't take long because remember, mother and father are from St. Lucia. But I'm saying, if one of them are not, like for example in Malaysia, it would be, her passport would say, born in Malaysia, citizen of St. Lucia. So if it was Malaysians or whatever coming to St. Lucia and had a child in St. Lucia, how would that work out?
Well, I'm not sure.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure. I was talking more about the Citizenship by Investment program. Right. So I'm saying if the person is suggesting that we do it just like in the U.S., right? I'm saying the U.S. can cut their style, but in St. Lucia, we're the ones who want the money. That's what we really need. And that's how they've been conducting this whole program ever since. Now they're saying, hey, listen, it has to. They're suggesting that we change that and that the people have some kind of connection here. So, but the thing is, would the people now be willing to wait that long?
Yeah, but what is long? Because they say
she said 5 years. She said 5 years.
No, that's 5 there. But I'm saying we are doing it already. How long is it here? Is it 3 months? Is it 1 year? How long is it before the papers are put through and they get it?
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
No, I don't know.
So we need to find that out, Andre.
Well, okay, you'll come and report to us then.
All right. Joan T says, good morning, my beautiful Lady J and Andre. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend and REV-UP family.
All right. You too.
NDK says a pleasant good day to you.
Brother NDK. Hope all is well, partner. Yes.
The host, Andre Paul and Lady J, Monday blessings. All right. Yes. Martha James says, Mr. Andre, Lady J, one love. Fantastic day, everyone.
Martha.
She sends love. She sends a prayer. Cecile sent Marie Peter. I don't know that. Cecilia. She says good morning.
Okay, good morning, Cecilia.
And Madeline, morning, Madeline.
Is that a new person, Cecilia?
Yeah, it seems like a new person.
Oh, welcome to the family.
Yeah. She says, good morning, everyone. Have a lovely rainy day. Stay blessed, stay true and safe. And a prayer.
Who was that?
Madeline.
Oh, Madeline,
Yeah.
our dear friend.
Madeline.
Yeah. Okay, Madeline, hope all is well with you and the family.
Josie chimes in and says, the mouth breath is a turn-off for me. We will not make it. Madeline Alexander says, I hate barbers with bad breath.
See, there you
Barbers?
go. Yeah, that's
What's she
sometimes
doing in a
it does.
barber? Okay.
How you mean?
She probably
Remember,
cuts her hair.
these people are close to you when they're cutting your hair and so
No,
on.
I thought you would say a hairdresser, but she says barbers.
Same thing, yeah.
Nisa Joseph Seeley says, Andre, there was an interview with Julian Alfred after her race, and she said her biggest lesson learned right now is learning how to lose.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What he's saying is that's you. Because you didn't, the only thing is she's continuing to fight through.
Yeah.
But you were saying you didn't like losing, so you just gave up those things.
Yeah, I'm not interested in those things, those competitive things. I was watching some, they have these funny things on YouTube, and they were showing you guys who were boxing. Now, if a boxer, a man, you know, tough,
Yeah.
gives you a punch to the head, okay? The brain actually collides with the inner part of the head there, the scalp. It actually it's like an accident. Woof! You know, the guys, their legs actually buckle, and they're showing you those fights. At least probably about 15, 20 they show, but the guy's legs actually buckle. The guys cannot stand up. They fight it. They try and they just
Game over.
because of the fact that it affects the brain that way.
got
I
to
can put
hit.
myself in them kind of embarrassing
Or
situations.
they're not supposed to hit under the belt, and they hit under the belt.
You know,
Andre.
how embarrassing that looks to see you there. I remember one time there's a guy when they punched him so hard. When he was on the canvas, he was there firing punches.
He didn't know what he was doing.
He didn't know what he was doing.
No,
he
no,
was
he
in
didn't.
another. He's just
Yeah.
there like that firing
he
punches.
didn't. The body.
Oh,
He didn't know.
so folks, listen. That's just yours truly. That's just the way I am, and that's fine.
You want
No
to
problem.
live safe.
Because I, in a sense, compete with the other DJs. When I go and play, the fellas either better than me or maybe I may be better than that. I can handle that.
Good for you.
That's no big deal. You know what I mean?
Do what you
There's
love
no
and love
prize.
what you do, and
There's no
compete
prize
what
at the
you
end of the
love.
night for who's
Which is
best.
DJing,
who's not
right,
best.
Andre?
Yeah, exactly. That's my safe spot.
I agree with you, Andre. You're so right.
When you see the queens or potential queens, and only one can get that crown, you work so hard. Sometimes you make it, boy. You're on the last 10 or something like that, and then they're calling out the last 3 or whatever the case may, and you don't make it. That's
Andre,
tough.
it's not
tough.
only on the night, it is what it can do for you. And some of them go into it because of what it can do for them.
Yeah, but winning.
Winning is all, yes.
Yeah, winning is
all for
everything.
some people.
It's
Winning is everything
everything
for some people. But some people go for the experience and what it can do for me when I get back to my country. You know what I mean? But of course, the win, like it did for Trinidad twice, Miss Universe, of course is great. What it did for Jamaica, how many times, Miss World, Miss Universe, of course is great. Of course, Andre.
Yeah, well, winning is everything. Winning is everything. You get the gold medal. You get all the perks and everything. Winning is everything. Yeah, it's a fact. Winning is everything.
Andre, you don't even realize that you're competitive.
Because if it wasn't
Andre,
everything,
you are competitive. That's why you're saying.
If it wasn't everything, why do we keep score? Why keep a score? Why say who's first and who's second, who's third? Why elevate the person who gets the gold to the top of the stage and the other two who have the bronze to the lower? Let's not fool ourselves, folks. Carry on.
That's for tomorrow. Sills Rubs or Fixture says, I will be to the front of the main market, Jeremy Street, tomorrow morning. Please. It's not spelled good. Okay. I have to. Yeah, because it didn't. Around 11 a.m., the Rubs, one will have tomorrow prices are $40 and $12. And
Okay.
a couple of mistakes in there. But
Thanks
anyway.
for giving us the prices, so we have an idea as to what is it that we have to spend.
Yeah, $12 and $40. So that must be a small and a big one. But she'll be there from 11 a.m. Erin, I was wondering what happened to you. Erin, wait. Erin didn't say hello before that. And did I pass Erin? I don't remember. She says happy birthday, so she must have just came on. Happy birthday, Ralph. Raf. That's Rafferty. So that means she probably just came on when I said
So
it.
she knows him.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're in pageantry as well, you would know him because he sews, he makes swimsuits.
Okay.
Yeah. Erin says, you missed the top, Lady J. Sharon started as usual. Where is it? Just a minute. The first person I'm seeing is Let's see. The first person I'm seeing is her. Let's go back again. I don't know.
Well,
Sorry,
good,
Sharon.
good morning, Erin.
Yeah.
Good morning to you. Have yourself a nice day. Always nice to hear from you. Thanks for, the support and,
Yeah.
keeping in touch with us and chiming in.
Yeah, I went back up again, and I am seeing Pius up here. So I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. All right, now I have to go back down. So sorry about that, those people that I didn't see. Yes, Catherine McTee, Sharon Peter, good morning to all. Blessings to my darling Andrea. I read all of this already. All right, there's Irene. I come back down. Sharon Peter says, good morning, Lady J and AP.
Morning, Sharon. Hope all is well with you.
Elvin J, SLU, eyes. Okay, so Elvin, good morning to you.
Okay, Elvin.
Kavinia says daughters. So did you call out one daughter? She just says daughters here. I don't know. Yeah. Does she have more than one?
Kavinia, you've been busy, man. Daughters? I know she has one daughter, as I know.
Okay.
Unless, of course, that happened recently.
All right. If you're still there, can you put the ages of
please.
them quickly? Just put the age of the daughters quickly.
Send me a pic. She has my number.
All right. Well, send it to Andrew on his private cell. Private number.
Somebody sent me something here. It says 28 million Jamaica dollars is 14,000 US.
Yeah, because that, that's not
14,000 US.
14,000. At least multiply that by 3 because it's 2 something.
Now, if you convert the 40,000 to EC, that's a pretty good salary, actually. 14,000 US. You multiply by 270. In fact, while you're talking, I'll work it out.
Okay.
14,000
right.
US.
I was just about to do it myself.
Yeah, 14,000.
By 270 at least, or 3 if you want to.
Let me work it out. Let me work it out quickly.
All right, so let me go on to the, she says daughters.
Yeah, that's close to about 39,000 EC dollars. Yeah, good salary.
For a lot of work.
Yeah, good salary. Well, not bad anyway.
And destroying most times, a lot of, they're destroying your character every now and then.
That's
it's a lot.
Tough work, man.
Okay, good morning. This is somebody from 917 number, Sunshine. Okay, so she says, good morning. She says, good morning, Lady JAP and the REV-UP family. I agree about the city safety. Just yesterday, I was saying to my sister how we have the worst city in the Caribbean. No, don't say that. The city is like a ghetto. Just check it out. Every area where people live has these bad guys there.
Just to disturb you for a second. Kavinia did tell me that she had another baby. She said, I'm just checking. She said, no, she sent me a pic of the newborn, right? The little one. But she said, I remember we were exchanging messages. She says, I have a baby girl again.
Missed that.
She's 3 weeks old.
You missed
that was at that time, huh? Right. I hear what I said to her. I said, my, I didn't know. I said,
and you still forgot.
I said, congratulations. And she went, ha.
You still forgot,
I know you didn't know that. Yeah, look at the cute little baby. Wow. Well, congratulations. I forgot. Wow, boy. Alrighty. Lovely, man. I hope we're going to have a few again? A few extra ones? I don't know.
And she also goes on, this person goes on to say, coming home on vacation, it's scary being in the middle of the city. Blessed day to all. Some people don't drop comments every day, but there are others like me. I listen every day. Sunshine Charles. All right, Sunshine. Yeah, nice to hear from you. And this is from Antigua, the number 268. Good morning, REV-UP family. Andrea and Lady J. Blessed Monday to you all and the listening public. Good morning to you. Let's see who it is. Julian. Good morning, Julian. Andrea, isn't that your friend?
Yes, my partner from Antigua.
All right, this person says, they found the body at Leclerc. When people say to me, you put on weight, I say, happy life, happy wife. I agree with you. That's right. Blessed morning, Lady Jen Andre. It will be 7 years since my mom passed, and I say hi to her photo out loud all the time. Girl, you're right. I agree with you. Yes. Okay, Eddie Daniel. Yes. Oh, good morning to you. Yes, she sent me a nice message a couple of days ago. All right. Andre, this one is overseas. Andre, St. Lucians are famous for telling you, you really get fat. One day I decide to walk. One day I decide to walk, and a so-called friend, who is the size of all of us put together, told me that I really needed the exercise because I really put on weight. OMG. I just laugh because I was wondering if she had a mirror. Oh, my God. Yeah. But, if you don't say anything, the next time they see you, they comment again, So sometimes you got to stop them. Hey, Andre, so I didn't hear the menu for today. Andre?
Yes.
So I didn't hear the menu for today.
I didn't.
Someone is asking.
I didn't either.
He did. Good answer, Andre. Good answer. The PM is getting $55,000 US a year. Don't cry for their family. Life, they choose that life.
Of course, caller. Nonetheless, no. They may have chosen
Somebody
that.
has to.
Somebody
has to do it.
But it doesn't mean now
Somebody
that
has to do it.
Yeah, that we can't show some
empathy or sympathy
and this sort of thing, because they're making a huge sacrifice, a huge one, albeit that they're getting paid. You understand? It's a huge sacrifice, right? But anyway.
REV-UP, my brother and sister from another mother. Blessed Monday to you both. That's from St. Lucia. That's Scorpion King. Good morning to you, Scorpion. Good morning to Lady Jen Andre. Good morning to you. That's from a 461 number. A blessed and wonderful Monday to you and the REV-UP listeners. I share the same fears as you when driving in the Darling Road area, especially in the early morning. How I wish for a safer St. Lucia. Antonia Mason saying, have a great day.
Yeah, Antonia, thank you very much for your comments.
Rain. Yeah, thank you, Antonia. She says, thank God for the rain. And this person, they just sent a photo, actually. This next person from St. Lucia, I believe. Yes, it's Jamaican dollars we're talking about there. Yeah, Jamaican dollars, because he was talking about the Jamaican PM and the Jamaican opposition. That's what Andre was talking about. That's it, Andre. Yeah.
So you did the WhatsApp already?
Yeah, it ended daughters, but I don't see Angel. Irene was saying there were messages higher up. I have not seen them. I can't see them. I don't know if persons started writing before we got on. I'm not sure, but I can't see any other messages other than what. But the last message I'm seeing here is from Kavinia as well.
Yeah, I call her Kavinia.
All right, that's what you, KK. All right, this one says, good morning, Andre and Lady J. I listen all the time. Great show. Let me see who this is. This is Christine Duncan. Good morning, Christine, and thank you for listening, and thank you for always listening. We appreciate that. We appreciate you. Yes, Andre.
Okay.
I didn't hear from your friend, Tony. What's his name? Charles? What's his name again?
Arthur.
Arthur Charles. Didn't see any messages from him today.
What he sent me a message.
I don't know if he has any birthdays, but I didn't see Arthur on today.
He sent me a message saying that a female got shot in her hand.
Ooh. Ow.
I don't know which incident that was. They say a female got shot in her hand. So maybe one of the many incidents that took place over the last few days here in St. Lucia. Yeah. Folks, this is not nice, okay, for our little country to be experience this sort of foolishness. That's just, according to the Africans, that's just nonsense. Nonsense.
You had me laughing all over the weekend about Trump come to the country and they let out mosquitoes. I'm like, these people didn't even say bees. Come on, man, make it sting. Mosquitoes.
That's true, bees. Yeah.
Bees, man, bees, Andre, bees. Make
but he's really found himself in a quagmire there, right? He thought that after they killed the Iranian Ayatollah Khomeini, that it would be like a smooth sailing, that the government would come crumbling down. But that didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. So, folks, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the next few hours. Donald Trump has given them an ultimatum that if they do not open the Strait of Hormuz in 48 hours, I think he said it on Saturday, that he now will bomb the electrical grid, electricity grid, electrical grid, and which will, of course, disrupt electricity supply to probably the entire country. Because if you destroy the grid, that's it. So you don't care who suffers, who doesn't suffer, you just want to make your point. And you say you care about the Iranian people. It's clear you don't really care, because otherwise you wouldn't do that. The same thing for the Israelis. They talk about Lebanon and the people of Lebanon. They can have a this and that and the other. And next thing you know, you bombing their bridges, right? You bombing their bridges, black is white. You people are so evil, it's not funny. You people are just so evil. So Donald Trump, he's a narcissist. So he's caught between a rock and a hard place. Because right now, Iran is playing hardball and saying, if no matter what it is that they bomb, they'll respond in kind. So if they bomb the electrical grid that they have there in Iran, they're going to bomb the U.S. interests in the Arab countries that are around there. So it's tit for tat, butter for fat going on. So who's going to give in now? If Donald Trump, and we know Donald Trump, he will not give in, that's for sure. He will not say, let me take the high road and call it a day and see how we can negotiate. Trump will not do that, because he's a narcissist. Narcissists do not act like that, right? They don't know how to show any sympathy, empathy, right? I'm talking about Donald Trump. He doesn't know about that. So that ain't going to happen at all. And now you have the Iranians now playing hardball and saying, whatever you do to us, we're going to do back to you. So, folks, I rather suspect we'd better brace for a long war. A long war. And if that continues, you're talking about the possibility of recession. That's a very, very real possibility, a recession across the globe, because that Strait of Hormuz there, it's so important. If it wasn't important, Trump would have just forgotten about that already. But he's insisting you better open it up, because they've had to do all kind of little fancy stuff to ensure that oil, a certain amount of oil passes through that strait, so they can keep prices stable. So that thing must really be important. But guess what? The people were chiming in on this thing long before, telling Trump, do not do that, because if that happens, they're going to close the Strait of Hormuz. And do you know the way that they do it, Lady J? They set mines.
Oh, my God.
There. And the way the place is set up is like you're a sitting duck. If the Americans try to come there with, with whoever, special forces or whatever, you do not know what the people have there, because the thing's like a mountain, right, where that Strait of Hormuz is. They're like sitting ducks. That's going to be one disaster if they try to get American soldiers to go in there and try to enter the country. Oh, my gosh. I don't want to see what that's going to be like. Anyway, so much for that. So
I refreshed again, because some people were saying I missed a lot of messages, and the only one I'm seeing there is to say good morning to Clara. But I did refresh, so I don't know. Okay. Yeah, Clara.
Okay, well, we have to get into the icing on the cake right now. Yes, so the icing on the cake, folks. Today, people love. Oh, this morning I had a call from Russ Iper. Okay, and Russ Iper was talking about marijuana and marijuana use and how right now the kind of marijuana that they have is really, really potent. And I was asking him now, right, a personal question, how he feels about him using marijuana, not even knowing. The man said he'd done with that about 20 years. He hasn't been using marijuana. I was pleasantly surprised, like, wow. Yeah, and I asked him why, what happened. He told me his son has asthma and so on, and he had to look at the bigger picture.
Exactly.
Do I be, selfish and do what I want to do, or I have to?
Him.
Yeah. So it was just interesting. Anyway, so we all want our high and so on. We all want to enjoy whatever it is that that makes us feel high and happy and this sort of thing. I know for sure for me, alcohol doesn't make me feel happy, right? What makes me feel happy is going to the gym, right? When I play my music, I'm at my happiest. That's for sure. That's me. But some people love the rum so much, folks, that if they can't get it, they even crying. Yeah. They love the rum so much that if they can't get it, they even crying. So listen to a convo between a lady and a guy. The guy sees she has alcohol in her hand, and he's like craving this thing, craving it, and she's playing hardball with it. She's not giving it to him, so he's crying so that she will feel sorry for him and give him the alcohol. So let's listen to the convo and listen to this guy who is not getting the alcohol.
Huh?
What you doing?
Wow.
What you doing? What that on your face? What's that? You wiping out your face? Rum to you? You want rum? Where do you want to be?
Is it in your hand? In your hand?
Me hand? Here. Bye. Hey.
Thing.
Too much.
Poor thing.
But you ain't say you're going to buy your next and you say you got $5. Let me see what one you got. Let me see. Let me see what money you got. Okay, here, buy this for me. Give me the $5 and you get it. Jason,
Boy, remember the song?
Where you going
Rum
for?
that do me that?
Jason, you want what? What you want? What you crying for? Jason, you want rum? So that's why you're crying? You want some legs? Turn around, let me bang you. I'm gonna bang you. Stop crying. Stop crying.
Eh, what you hit him for,
Right.
big man?
Wipe your face.
What you hitting the big man for?
Here you
Look here,
She actually
We're
gave
supposed
it
to
to him.
say.
look how happy he is now. Thank
She
you.
actually gave it to him.
Thank you.
No, give me the one.
So why are you crying again? She took it from him?
Thank you.
You hear that? So no
You're
more.
welcome. You're welcome, honey. You're welcome.
Boy,
Andre, you didn't looking at the picture, but I
For
missed
rum.
something.
for rum.
When
they
he gave her
say,
the rum and then I heard her.
Why?
She gave him the rum, then she said, give it back to me.
She was
What
just
happened
playing
there?
with him. She was,
Oh,
she was just playing with him. Yeah. So he had some money in his hand, and she told him to give her the money for the rum. Yeah. You want the rum for free. So you see how some people love rum.
Addictive.
Why?
Addicted to it.
Why? He just saw the thing.
For
It's
him.
almost like me when I go to the supermarket and I see the ice cream.
Really?
And I say, oh my gosh, I shouldn't look in that direction. So I totally understand how the brother feels.
No, that's probably worse, Andre.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
you can be
I wouldn't
without,
cry.
you can be without,
Yeah, I wouldn't
without
cry.
ice cream.
I wouldn't cry like
He
that
can't.
for rum.
Yeah.
I love the rum so much. Wow. All right, folks. So we got to wrap it up. Oh, before we wrap it up, let me just ask Lady J what's coming up on the show this morning.
Oh, somebody sent some photos there saying there was a stabbing on High Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, Andre. So, yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the autism today. We also have in here Ricardo Plummer and Llewellyn Phillip today, who will talk all about insurance today. That's from the, let me get it right. That's from Marriage Insurance, Marriage Insurance Agency, agents for GTM Insurance. Let me say that right. So they'll be here at 2 o'clock today.
Right.
And of course, we're going to have our hit of the day, as usual. Today, Safe Streets, Strong Communities, that's happening. And a lot of people tend to like that one. Whenever I do that, I get some text messages. So I appreciate that. Yes. And of course, entertainment news, they like that as well. So I've got to do it every single day. Entertainment news.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's why it's called entertainment. Yeah, people like that kind of stuff. So, folks, Lady J is going to be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. From 3, it's going to be Zen the DJ. And don't forget, every Monday on the emoji. Look, I'm forgetting the name of us on this show. That's the
Afternoon Drive.
You have the REV-UP Center and you have Afternoon Overdrive with Zen the DJ. That's right. He has what they call REV-UP the Homegrown. Okay? And I must admit, Hassan is taking that to another level. Okay? So it's going to be from 4 until 5 this afternoon, an entire hour. And the REV-UP the Homegrown Top 10, boy, oh boy, oh boy. I mean, there's some artists in St. Lucia I didn't even know of before, to be honest with you. Yes, for example, you have Risa Flores. She's one of them. Aisha Tierra, that's another one again.
No, Aisha Tierra was there a long time, Andre.
No, I said I didn't know of them. That's what I
But we
said.
were playing her music at the other station, Andre. You probably don't know about this new album.
I'm not aware
Aisha's
of
been
that.
around for a while.
I'm not aware of that at all.
No,
at all.
she's been around.
Yeah.
This is
Wow,
the only album
wow.
she has, but she's been around.
Man, these people, these talented St. Lucians, man. Wow. Well, folks, let's, keep it up. We have a lot of great musicians here in St. Lucia, great artists, and no doubt these people are going to be going places. That's for sure.
Definitely.
because these people are on another level altogether.
Those that are good are really good. I got to say that.
All right.
Those that are, some of them that are up and coming, some of them that are coming in, a little bit more practice for sure. But yeah, we're happy to get the music for sure.
Okay, so this has been Harddrive for today, Monday, the 23rd of March, brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Rambali's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin, collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, her services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keyrings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Rambali's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.